Guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over an article titled 28 Reasons It Pays to Have a Feminist Marriage. That's right, guys, that is the title of the article here. 28 reasons why that's such a good thing in this woman's opinion. And as I've made clear more than times I can even count, that's not... reality is the exact opposite of this. But I'm going to go over here. We can all have a good laugh on a lot of these things. And I will call out the BS along the way here. And anytime that F word comes up, I'm going to be using the code feminist, because if I say it more than a few times, they'll flag the video. So jumping right into it, it starts off saying, we're calling it a feminist marriage where both partners respect and treat each other as equals is the very best kind of marriage. Also, studies suggest the sex is better, so there's that too. Below, 28 solid reasons to fall in love with someone who recognizes that feminism benefits both men and women. Yeah, sure. Number 1, there's parity in your relationship. You push each other to reach your goals and full potential, because ultimately, you know you're stronger as a team. Well, shouldn't it be that way anyway? In my opinion, if you're actually going to get together and get hitched, shouldn't you both push each other to achieve the things you want to achieve and have a better relationship and full potential? It doesn't have to be because it's a feminist relationship or feminist marriage. No. Number 2, you're not wedded to outdated gender expectations. Want to be a stay-at-home dad while your wife brings home the bacon? Go for it. Okay, this goes right here. Shows she has no idea what she's talking about here, because research has shown, and not to mention the countless articles and stories I've done where the guy, he's convinced to be the stay-at-home dad while the wife goes out and works and brings home all the money because maybe her job pays more, better benefits, or who knows what. And what typically happens is she's moving into the traditional role that the man plays, and she's going to start taking on more masculine traits, masculine energy, because she's in that role. Meanwhile, he's doing the role that typically that the woman would do. And he'll start adopting and taking on feminine traits. And now the polarity is completely off. He's acting like a woman. She's acting like a man. And guess what? That's going to screw everything up, because she's going to lose attraction for him. He's going to lose attraction for her. She's going to feel off because she's the one in the traditional man's role of doing things as the provider. And he's going to feel off because he's in the traditional role as the caretaker of the kids in the house and all that. Okay? And they're going to stop hooking up, and sooner or later, she's going to start hooking up with some other dude from her office or on business trips or whatever. Does this mean it's going to happen every time? No. But believe me, I've done enough articles on this and heard stories about this that this does happen. So guys, if you are married right now and you're thinking about having kids, and she says, hey, why don't you be the stay-at-home dad? Because it's a thing now. It's okay. Don't do it. It's not going to end well for you. It's bullshit. Number 3. There's no place for locker room talk or boys will be boys excuses in your relationship. You hold each other to a much higher standard than that. I have news for you. The whole boys will be boys locker room talk. Yes, guys do the locker room talk. It's with us guys, okay? It's none of your damn business. Let it go. But also, the female version of it, girl talk. You get a bunch of women together, believe me, it is equivalent to the guys' locker room talk, okay? In fact, it can be even worse, okay? Trust me on this. So any of my female subscribers that are watching this right now, I guarantee you, whether you want to admit it or not, you know what I'm talking about. You know I'm right. Number 4, when it's time to clean the house or do the laundry, you divide up the chores according to preference and workload, not gender. Also worth noting, a 2015 study from the University of Alberta suggested that people in more egalitarian relationships have higher relationship satisfaction and more sex than couples who leave it to one spouse. Well, throw in a sex research article here, and that way she can justify her not doing as much of the chores. But to be honest, I'll be honest, I think it should be 50-50. I mean, I think that a dude can get off his ass and fucking put some stuff in the washer or wash some dishes and do some cooking. It's not hard to do. And have some damn skills. And by the way, as I encourage more guys to go their own way and live their own lives, and they don't need to get married and do all that bullshit or live with their girlfriend, you're going to have to do that anyway. So get used to it, okay? It's not hard. Number 5. Another reason feminist couples have better sex: feminist men recognize that a woman's pleasure is just as important as theirs. There's no rolling over and falling asleep prematurely. How rude. Yeah, no self-interest in this article, huh? Number 6. While we're on the subject of sex, your partner would never SLUT shame you for your sexual past. Your sex number is no big deal. Yeah, again, who's writing this article here? Number 7. You have the luxury of not having to explain the importance of Planned Parenthood to your significant other. And if your partner is worried about a weird bump someplace down south, you know just where to direct him. Thanks, PP. Number 8. Mansplaining is not an issue you have to deal with in your own home. Giant sigh of relief. They want to always trash the mansplaining. Look, if a guy's explaining something, how to do something, the way things are, that's explaining, okay? So you don't hear guys complaining about, womansplaining, because women will explain things too. Number 9. You both know a woman's place is anywhere she damn well pleases. And that if you both choose to work, it just means more income. Damn well pleases, huh? Number 10. Ideologically, your partner believes that the world is a better place when women are empowered. As noted feminist and our favorite ginger, Prince Harry once put it, when women are empowered, they immeasurably improve the lives of everyone around them, their families, their communities, and their countries. How well has that worked out for Prince Harry? From what I have read, from what I've observed, what I've heard, Prince Harry isn't exactly very happy. Okay? He left everything behind, and now he's out in Los Angeles. Now he's going to get a Netflix show and rake in a lot of money, but he doesn't exactly look very happy with Meghan Markle. And we obviously know who runs that relationship. Next one, number 11. Your partner loves your body, but recognizes that the decisions you make regarding it are yours and yours alone. Sexual and reproductive rights matter to both of you. Again, we know whose interest this article's in. Number 12. You don't fret about maintaining relationships with friends of the opposite sex. Your partner knows you can and should have relationships with other men and other women. I gotta tell you, if I'm married and my wife wants to hang out with other dudes when I'm not there, I got a major problem with that. Okay? And you can understand if she has a problem, you're hanging out with other chicks without her being around too. Okay? That's the shit you did when you're single. And so, again, you're seeing how this article is going to benefit her, or women. Number 13. If you're a man, you can get proposed to. Men don't always have to be the one to pop the question. Reversing the roles. See what we're talking about here? Number 14. Your wedding can be a heteronormative and traditional, or as modern and unconventional as you want. So feel free to forego the garter belt toss if you find that awkward as hell. Again, trashing tradition and things like that. Number 15. If your partner's guy friends start bad-mouthing feminism, you know he'll correct them. Bonus points if he has Chimamanda Ngozi's definition of feminism memorized because you blast Beyonce's Flawless Nonstop. If I'm out with my friends and one of them starts correcting me for talking about my views and things like that, I'm going to definitely have words with that friend and seriously question, I respect everyone's opinion, but if they're going to start giving me a hard time because of my opinions, that could be when it's time to part ways here. But her expecting her guy to start, standing up and correcting his best buddies over this, come on here. Number 16, your complaints and concerns are never I can't talk today, guys. I'm not feeling too good. Delegitimized because of your sex. And your partner sure as heck would never say, sounds like someone on their period. Number 17. You don't look at each other as a project or someone to fix. Men don't need to be anyone's knight in shining armor, and women shouldn't feel like they can love away a man's problems. You each take ownership for your own issues and go into the relationship as whole and independent people. I got no problem with the whole going into the relationship as your own person and being a whole and independent person. I got no problem with that, okay? But the whole thing here, and she's like, I don't need no man to be a knight in shining armor to me. Again, we all know darn well that women that identify as, strong women and feminists, they are deeply embracing their masculine side. And no masculine guy wants to be with a masculine woman. It's a complete turnoff, okay? It's not a guy being threatened by it. It's that it's like being in a relationship with another dude. And so many women do not get that, okay? We like feminine, girly women. There are some guys that do like more dominant, take charge masculine women, and they're obviously very feminine guys that were very typically raised by very strong, domineering mothers, and probably had other strong women in the family, like grandma, their aunties, their female cousins and sisters, you know. I know some guys like this, okay? And they're big surprise with women that are definitely more in touch with their masculine side. But the thing right here is, I don't need no man in a knight in shining armor type of thing. For God's sakes, you know what she's like, just by her saying that. And she also said about how men shouldn't feel that the woman can help love away a man's problems. In other words, she's not nurturing, okay? And guys want, like I said, a woman that's feminine and girly and nurturing. But the thing that she said right here, she's not going to love away a man's problems, shows flat out what she's like, what her energy is like. Number 18. If you decide to marry, you can do whatever you want with your last names. Take his surname, have him take yours. Create a hybrid combo last name, it's your call. Number 19. Your partner is proud, not resentful of your career accomplishments. He or she pushes you to accomplish everything you want in life on your own timeline, be it your career, passion, projects, or having a family, or all three of them. Well, you know what? I got no problem with that. I mean, seriously, like if you're going to be with someone, if you're going to do relationships or even do marriage, whatever one that is, I warn you guys about those things, but if you're going to do it anyway, you got to be with someone that's going to push you and support you and all that for your goals and ambitions and what you want. That is a good teammate, okay? And it goes both ways. I agree with that one, okay? I'm not totally biased here, guys. Number 20. Phrases like man up or don't be a pussy are off limits. The beauty of feminism is that it benefits men too. Yeah, sure. Your partner can be as vulnerable or as emotional as he wants, and it doesn't make him less of a man. Okay, I'm going to call complete bullshit on that one. I've been saying this for a while, guys, and I'll say it again. I'll be saying this to my dying breath. If you are deeply stressed, you have a lot on your mind, you have lots of anxiety, you're worried about a lot of things, do not use your wife, your girlfriend, your fiance, your partner as your therapist, okay? Don't go sharing your insecurities. Don't go sharing your vulnerabilities, all that, because I promise you, mark my words, it will come back to bite you in the ass. Believe me on this, okay? I get a lot of angry comments and emails about this whenever I talk about this in videos, and I will keep saying this and preaching this to my dying breath, to my dying day, and I will not bend on this issue. Trust me on this, guys. Do not do it, because when you do that, you're going to, in their eyes, emotionally, you're going to stop acting like that strong rock that they want in a man. Instead, you're acting emotional and stuff like that and being more feminine, and then they got to there you, and they got to be strong, okay? So don't do that, okay? If you're having a bad day, if you're stressed about your job or something going on in your life, and she can obviously tell something's up, and, you know, just say, hey, I've had a bad day, everything will be okay. End of story. But listen here, don't go walking around bottling all that stuff up and be a ticking time bomb. If you got to open up and talk about things, confide in your best friends. I'm talking, these guys are your brothers that have your back no matter what. Talk to them about your things you got on your mind, things you're worried about, whatever, and get a bunch of guys together, and instead of just letting you talk forever and that's that, they will help you offer solutions to the problem at hand, okay? Because that's what we do. We're fixers, okay? You get a lot of women together, and they'll just talk, just so that the woman can talk and get things off her chest, and she feels better, and she can then work it out herself. Women do that. You don't see a bunch of women saying, okay, do this, this, and this. It doesn't work that way. Guys do that, and women get so annoyed when they want to open up and talk, and the guy wants to say, okay, this is how you solve the problem. Do this, this, this. They don't want to hear that. They just want to talk and get off their chest and fix that in their own way and own time frame. Guys, we like solutions and fixing shit. So talk to your buddies about these things. Open up to them. Tell them the problem. They'll offer solutions. Done. But do not go to her with your insecurities and worries and fears and all that. It's going to turn her off, And that could come back to bite you in the ass with her using it against you down the road when things could get bad or get really bad. Trust me. Had to say that. Total bullshit. Don't buy into that, guys. And again, this shows she has no clue what she's talking about here. Next one, guys. 21. It feels so good to be with someone who appreciates your brain just as much as your beauty. Hey, I don't like dumb women, okay? Let me make that clear. I like women that are intelligent, but you don't see many guys walking around saying, damn, look at that brain on her. 22. If you have kids, you can get them to talk about consent and the birds and the bees as a team. Phew, what a relief. My dad gave me the talk when I was on a car ride to school in the 8th grade. Talk about an awkward conversation. He has the news playing in the background, and he decides to give me the talk on the way to school one day on a Wednesday morning in the 8th grade. But you know what? That was far better than have my mom do it. That would creep me out. Moms can talk to the daughters, and the dads can talk to the sons. Don't create a really awkward situation for your kids, please. Next one. Number 23. You both recognize that paid parental leave is good for everyone. Hopefully workplaces recognize that too and offer paternity leave. Okay, whatever. Some countries do that, some don't. Here in the States, if I'm not mistaken, most of the time they'll offer maternity leave for the wife, for the mom, but not for the dad. Personally, it's just me. I think it should be just for the mom. I don't think that the employer should have to pay for the dude as well, but that's just me. I may get some hate about that, but it is what it is. Next one. 24. Through your relationship, you get to model what a marriage of equals really looks like to your kids. Well, this whole modeling what things should be to the kids, I would rather have two people model a loving relationship where mom and dad love each other and are caring and nurturing all that to the kids versus just showing equality where mom and dad are splitting up the chores and things like that, okay? It's much more healthy for the kids. This is why I say that if somebody's in a bad marriage and there's fighting going on and negativity and tension and it's really ugly, and the idea is that, we're just going to stay in it for the kids, it's far better to end the relationship, end the marriage, and start over, and hopefully you learn something, and that round two, if you do round two, the kids can see you happy and in a normal, functioning, healthy, loving relationship, instead of fighting all the time and no love and all that. That's a bad environment for the kids. That is far more important than just splitting up the chores equally. Come on here. Number 25. But if you were to divorce, you recognize that both parents deserve to be in your kids' lives. Absolutely. Absolutely. A couple splits up, unless the one parent is a complete wacko, both parents should be in the kids' lives. Absolutely. I agree with that. 26. If your husband is out with the kids and someone says, looks like mom has the day off, you can both roll your eyes about it later on. 27. Your marriage and definition of monogamy can be as traditional or unconventional as you want it to be. Oh, sounds like somebody's giving them an opportunity to have a open relationship if she wants to. Gee, I wonder why she might want to do that, because if the guy is adhering to all these demands, he might be kind of perceived as weak, perhaps, or as kind of in a feminine role, and might turn her off, and therefore she needs a Chad and Tyrone to keep her feeling good for a while. That sounds like an out for her. 28. Oh, God. 28. Your partner understands why you felt compelled to go to the Women's March. Hell, they probably joined you and wore a "This is what feminist looks like" t-shirt. It doesn't get any sexier than that. Yeah, sure. Really. I mean, at the end of the day, people can do what they want to do. It's their own lives. But I don't want to hear this nonsense that is going to give you the happy, great marriage and all that. No, it's not. Okay? But again, I'm going to probably guess that this woman is not married or even close to being married. And these are all, these ideas that is in people's minds of how things should be, but in actual reality, not in la la land, reality, they're not going to work. So, and believe me, I've known guys that have been in relationships with, not marriages, but relationships with women like this, and women that are 100% effing Nazis, and believe me, they were miserable. These are good guys, but they weren't exactly the strongest of guys, and it took a lot for them to get out of it, but they eventually did, and they were so much happier. So, all right, guys, that is it for today. I thought you'd enjoy that. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And also, guys, I'm on Parler and Twitter, so if you are on those social media outlets, be sure to click below in the description and follow me there. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.